Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. And in this series, we're going to be going over Mars in the houses, okay? Mars in the houses. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about having Mars in the 9th house, okay? Mars in the 9th house, all right? And before we get into it, let's understand what Mars and the 9th house is. Mars is the planet of adrenaline, of energy. Okay, Mars rules energy in the most direct sense. So energy is how we move. Energy is how we become an existence. So Mars represents action, movement, our adrenaline, our impulse, physical activity, okay, also our sexuality. This is Mars. Mars is like the planet, like the warrior, you know, always out in action, going for what it wants. And then you have the 9th house. The 9th house is the house of expansion, travel, going to places you've never been to, adventures, philosophy. So opening up your mind to different ideas and broader ideas. Okay, 9th house is all about expansion, broadening your horizons. All right. So the first thing I can say when you have Mars in your 9th house is that Mars and 9th house people are very impulsive, okay, when it comes to traveling. All right, very, very much. Okay, these are the people that are going to want to be out and about because you're talking about this Mars energy, which has all this adrenaline. Anywhere Mars is in your chart, it represents where action's being taken place. It's very physical. So you get all this adrenaline when it comes to traveling and expanding your horizons, okay? You're going to be like a child who always wants to go out, okay? You know, maybe your parents always had to like grab you from always trying to just run out and move because 9th house is so much about freedom. And when you put Mars, this impulsive energy in the house of freedom, you're just so impulsively designed to just break free, you know, break free. And that's another thing with Mars in the 9th house is not only are you so impulsive when it comes to traveling and just, you know, getting out there, okay, in any type of way, okay? But also, you know, you are a fighter for freedom, okay? Because you want your freedom and you're willing to fight for it, okay? Mars, again, it's that energy that represents fight, action, battling, okay? So 9th house is all about expanding freedom. So you are willing to seriously fight for your freedom. These people really hate being restrained, like restricted, like all the restrictions, being trapped, all those types of things. Mars and 9th house people hate, okay? And they will fight for their freedom, okay? They take that very seriously because you can't really hold these people down, okay? Like I said, like this could have been a child that always wanted to go outside, always wanted to move around, can't stand still because they have so much motivation to break free, okay? And they're gonna do it because Mars, again, it's that pumping adrenaline energy, that fighting energy. So you're gonna do it. And if you really try to restrict these people, you try to tame them, it's like you're trying to tame a lion, okay? Because again, they're gonna wanna fight off any restrictions because freedom is the key and they have so much motivation and passion for it. So definitely a big thing with Mars in the 9th house. Also, with the 9th house is a very intellectual, philosophical house because with expanding our world, we also expand our world not just through physically traveling, but also with our minds, okay? So like when we travel, like we start seeing different things, it expands, it opens our minds. We start seeing that, hey, there's a bigger world out there. There's other things to see. And with 9th house, you deal a lot with philosophy, okay? Philosophy is like, you know, your big ideas for what you think this whole world is about. And so, you know, with Mars in the 9th house, I'm going to say that these people are not only philosophical, but very confrontational, okay? So, yes, confrontational when it comes to their philosophies and what they believe in their faiths, okay? Because, again, this is Mars. So there's that extra pump, fight, adrenaline. So whatever these people believe in, because they're going to have these huge beliefs, because, again, 9th house is all about expanding your mind. They're going to be confrontational with it. These are people who like to debate. okay, their beliefs. You know, if you say, oh no, you try to question what they believe, they're gonna fight for you for it. They're gonna be like, no, this is what it is. You know, they're gonna really fight for it because, you know, this is a great placement for like debates, you know, because, you know, there's so much fighting energy, and these people really do fight for their beliefs. You know, that is a big thing. What I will say though with that, okay, Mars in ninth house people, is be careful not to be so caught up in your ideas and philosophies, and caught up in and proving it that it's right, that you don't open yourself up to other ideas, okay? Because even though this house is a house of expansion and broadening your ideas, you could be so willing to fight for what you found, okay? So willing to fight and protect and battle your beliefs that you forget that, hey, maybe by listening to this person or hearing these other ideas, maybe I can expand my beliefs instead of fighting, combating it, okay? Because this could be a placement where it's like you want to prove yourself right all the time, you know? Because again, Mars is that fighter. And ninth house is the house of philosophy, faith, you know, subjects of those matters. So, you know, you sitting here, you so much want to combat, and you think it's so much about competition with that Mars energy. You forget that, no, this is all about expansion, you know, and in order to expand, you got to be open. You can't be fighting. You can't be fighting everything. You got to be more accepting. So, with Mars in ninth house, yes, these people are very pumped to learn more, but they also have a strong motivation to fight for what they know, what they learn. And that fight, okay, that fight, that aggressiveness can stop you from receiving new information, okay, can stop you from opening up your philosophies and your ideas, which is the whole point of the ninth house. But with that Mars there, fighting and combating and thinking of self and fighting for self, you limit that expansion, because now you just want to prove that you're right and that you know what you know, you know? So be careful with that energy, because yes, Mars in ninth house is very combative when it comes to intellectual thoughts and ideas and philosophies, and they're going to fight to the bone. And that's good for debates, and that's good for protecting what you believe in as well too. So it has its place. I'm not saying it's negative, but just be careful by going on the other end and constantly battling people and trying to prove people that you're right, and then missing out on expansion and opening your horizons and opening your ideas, because that's the whole point of the ninth house. So definitely something to look out for. Also, with Mars in the ninth house, these people in general are very energetic and motivated, okay? Ninth house is a very inspirational house, because it's all about, let me see something new. Let me go on an adventure, okay? Let me go on an adventure, you know, let me expand my horizons, see something new. And when you have Mars here, you just add so much energy towards that, you know, Mars and ninth house people are very energetic, very exciting. Ninth house is a fiery house, okay? It's ruled by Sagittarius. So Mars is a fiery planet. These people naturally are very energetic, okay? Have lots of energy, can be very fun and exciting to be around, because they got so much fire. So definitely very action, very energetic, very spontaneous type of people. Definitely with that fire on fire energy. Also, Mars in ninth house makes someone very courageous and brave, okay? Ninth house is a very, I would say, courageous house, because it's, you know, you have to adventure and explore and go into territories you've never been through, and it takes courage. Even traveling long distance takes courage and bravery to a certain extent. But with Mars here, okay, this adds so much pump and adrenaline to an already adventurous, expansive house. So these people love to take risks. Like, these people have the energy and the adrenaline for just taking risks and opening up doors and being courageous and being in places and doing things they've never done before. Mars in the ninth house people, I mean, these people can go bungee jumping. Okay, because again, it's that Mars, that adrenaline, that I want to do it, I want to do it. And then ninth house is this big expansion house. Like, I just want to explore. So well, you got both of those energies together. Yes, very courageous. Like, these people just love to take risks. These people love to be extra. They love to be wild. You know, they love to do those extra super stunts. Not all the time, you know. It depends on how your planets are aspected, depends on how your whole chart looks. But looking at it on an isolated level, this does call for lots of courage, lots of bravery, because you have so much adrenaline and you just want to explode it with that ninth house. Okay, Mars with that adrenaline, you put in the ninth house just wants to explode it, like expand it. So I just imagine with Mars and ninth house people, just very courageous energy, just, you know, that person that always wants to just jump on it and just go for it, you know. I'm just thinking of like extreme sports, bungee jumping, or just willing to like take a risk and go somewhere that you're not usually used to going, or, you know, these are people who can do that because they got the adrenaline for expansion. Yep. Also, Mars, we said, you know, ruling your adrenaline and your physical body and energy, it also rules your sexuality. And taking this energy and putting it into the ninth house, you know, people with Mars in the ninth house can be very sexually aroused by foreign people or places. Like, they could be very, or like sexually, they could be aroused by people who are very different. People who, it could be a different race, a different culture, different, you know, a different type of person coming from a different background. Mars in ninth house people can be very aroused by just be very sexually aroused by different people, foreign people, people that are different. That could be one of their sexual motivations, or just doing something expansive that opens their mind. They're very open, basically, sexually. So they're going to be interested in trying new different things that typically broaden their horizons. So sexually experiencing themselves with someone who's very different from them, whether it be the way they look, whether it be their culture, whether it be their race, whatever, that can be something arousing to a Mars in ninth house person, because a lot of their adrenaline, sexual energy is in the house of foreign places and people and things. So that's a little fun fact to know as well too. But yes, that's Mars in the ninth house. Mars in ninth house people, very exciting, very expansive. This is a really good placement, you know, because Mars loves to be in a fiery house because it can be as fiery as it wants. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed that and be back for some more. And if you did, book a reading with me. I do birth natal chart readings. All you have to do is email me and we could go forward with that. Also, check out my music I have on Spotify, Apple, and here on YouTube. All the links will be in the description box below, and I'll check you guys out on the next video.
They couldn't build their own, they can't believe